Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and children. I know because you guys haven't opened up school yet. You are watching Man Talk. I am your host, Susan Joroge, aka Sir Common. Very excited for the show today. First of all, we are shooting at Standard Group today. I hope you can see our dope new offices. Hopefully, when the pandemic is over and done with, some of you can visit here in person. Now, as per usual, I like to share a love message of the week to help us along with our episode. And today's love message of the week is actually quite close to the topic that we are going to be discussing. My love message of the week today is: the best part of competition is that through it we discover what we are capable of and how much more we can actually do than what we thought was possible. I know, right? So feel inspired. If you have tough competitors, whether it's in business or in the workplace, pull up your socks today, and I hope you are ready to kick some. Yeah, I can't say that last word because I don't want communications authority coming after me. Let's go on and meet my amazing guest that I'm going to be with on Man Talk today. We are discussing the competition between the two genders, men versus women. Do you think that there's some things we push too far? We're going to be discussing that with my incredible guests. Let's go and say hello. Welcome back to the show. I told you guys that I am super excited to introduce my guest that I'm sitting with for Man Talk today and to get straight into this topic. Now, I want to start off with introducing the gentleman that is right here to my left, a man with two first names, Alan Lords.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Thank you so much for coming to Man Talk.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, you are an author.
Yes.
You're also a corporate trainer.
Yeah.
And you're also an inspirational speaker.
Yes.
Are you ready to inspire?
Yeah, sure. We are ready. Let the camera roll.
Come here on Man Talk. We are ready. We're ready to be inspired.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much.
Then there's Reinhard Bonke. I had to practice your name because Reinhard, as I was telling you before we started with the show, it's not with everybody.
The chosen few.
Yes, exactly. You're going to tell us more about your unique name and what you do, but you are a CEO, you run your own company. Do you want to tell the viewers a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I'm Reinhard Bonke, a student at the University of Nairobi, and the CEO of LightNet organization.
Yes.
Now, we are forming this organization basically to deal in arts. Yeah, filming, music, script writing, yeah, anything that touches art. That's where we're measuring in.
All right.
And it's a pleasure being here.
Amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll learn more about your company and what you do.
Sure.
And then we have Ian Ketani. I was asking you earlier whether you have any relation to the other Ketani. I've had the pleasure of interviewing her, so I'm happy. I'm taking these Ketanis off. I'll introduce kwa wengine pia.
Yeah, sure.
Tutaenda interview wote by force of fire.
One by one.
One by one.
Yeah.
Now, you're an analyst.
Yep.
What do you analyze?
I'm a journalist by profession, as well a sports analyst,
Oh,
and
cool.
political analyst as well. So
Very
I
nice.
juggle in between the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the Champions League and who you think is going to end up in the final after this.
I'm not really sure because my team is playing in the Europa League, which is has been so called the inter classes. So it's a bit,
You're an
but
Arsenal. You're an Arsenal fan.
Manchester United.
Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
We support the same team.
Sure.
Of course.
It went really well with Granada yesterday. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Now, today on Man Talk, we are going to be looking at the things that women do where we are competing with men. And I've brought the men here to discuss it with us and tell us whether there's somewhere they see women are doing wrong. Is it the women that need to slow down, or is it the men that need to step up? We're going to be discussing that right here on the show. Join us on social media. Use the hashtag ManTalk and the hashtag KTN Life and Style to join into the conversation, and be sure to follow us on all our social media pages. It's KTN Home _ everywhere you can find us. And for me, it's at Sura _ Common. Now back to my guests. Maybe first we'll start off simple. Do you see competition between the genders as something bad? Alan, we can start with you.
Not really. I think the competition between the genders is something, it is healthy to a point whereby, men will love the competition aspect of it.
Yeah.
Then women, to some extent, they will tend to withdraw. And also, all those kind of things, we are unique in our own diversity.
True.
So we need each other at the end of the day, because I believe all of us, we are there to complement each other, not to compete.
I like that.
To me, I would say it cuts across. Yeah, because competition itself is a good thing.
Yes.
But men always tend to have the upper hand on competition because the payoffs, give men,
A
different.
higher payoff. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
but now on the woman's side, sometimes they tend to withdraw because they tend to think that anyway, I'm going to lose. So there is no need for me to do this competition. But I promise you that when a woman decides to do competition, I don't think no man can beat them.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's about deciding. It's like the mindset for women when they're
It's a
going
mindset
in.
for women, yeah. Because I remember even in high school, in whatever, if a girl would beat you in class, you'd cry. Because you're like, I mean, how? You understand?
It's also because you'd go home and then your father would ask you, was
Yeah.
there any girl in front of you? Was there anybody else in front of you? Why? How?
Forget about being in front of you. Your daddy would ask you, so who was number one, number two? And Nancy, what? And where were you? You understand?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so the payoffs for men gives them a higher hand.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but I love women in competition because it's just,
It's the best.
yeah.
Ian, do you agree?
I guess as well, because it is not competition per se. Like, Lawrence has said, it is about complementing each other.
Right.
For a while, women have been, holding back, but in the recent years, they've been trying to, I'd call it breaking the glass ceiling, you understand? Keeping up with, what, in the past, it was, say that certain jobs or certain things were, just preserved for men or perceived to be, things to be done by men. But
Right.
nowadays, you see, women venturing into those fields. So I like it that way. It should be the case.
Yes.
Competition, not really competition, but it should be the case in order to drive each other forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about, the two fields that you're in when you're looking at analysis, like in politics and in sports. It's a very good example when you see women and men's roles. With sports, it's always been about the physical, so therefore women and men will compete separately. But there's other roles, like you don't see women football coaches. I don't see what's stopping a woman from being a successful football coach. You see very few women reps. They've started including them more, and it's amazing to see more of them. But it's like people feel like when there's a woman a referee, people either won't listen or they won't adhere with the instructions, or there's some kind of belief like she doesn't know the same rules. So when you're looking at things like sports and politics with recent changes, would you say that women are entering the field to compete with men, or it's more just like we should have more women in these roles anyway?
I personally believe that we should have more women in those roles, because it is impressive to see that women have stepped up to the major jobs, or
Yeah.
what you can say. For example, they're currently interviewing those who are had applied to be the Chief Justice.
Yes.
And you've seen women there.
Yeah.
I can specifically single out Lady Justice Martha Koome. She's a very brilliant lady, and in my own view, I'd really want to see what a woman can do, because I believe, as they say, what a man can do, a woman can do better. So
Right.
it is a case whereby they need to be given that opportunity, because I believe they can do so well. Another good example is the Republic of Tanzania. Now it is the
Yes.
president is a lady,
Yes.
Her Excellency Samia Suluhu, and according to what I can judge, so far so good. She's done brilliant. She's doing really good work. So I believe women should be given that opportunity, and once they get that opportunity, I believe they can be able to do what many people perceive that they cannot be able to do.
Yeah, I like that. And it's true. We're seeing it more and more now, and it's positive.
Yeah.
She's not the only female president as well. There's
Yeah.
many others, and we're hoping that it will be a more common trend. I'm talking to the Kenyans. Let's talk about education. You're at University of Nairobi, a very incredible establishment here at the 254. In the education field, a long time ago, there would obviously be so many more men getting into university, just even applying in the first place, than women. Now, when you're in university, what's the space like at UON right now? Do you feel like women are really competing with men, like when you're looking at political positions at University of Nairobi, when you're looking at class participation and grading? Do you feel like women are still sitting back, or is it different now?
It's diverse. Because, as you say, in the olden days, our women got to be so antic. Yeah.
Yes.
But today, education-wise, girls used to fear units like things to do with math, whatever.
Oh, yes,
you know,
STEM,
where you have to
science
think
and
hard.
maths and-
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but these days, I see women compete. Yeah, and they're up there. I mean, it's not like, for example, when he speaks about the Tanzanian president.
Yes.
For me, I would want to see women take up leadership without, you know, some kind of a situational leadership or anything. You understand?
I get that.
I mean, you go out there, be on the papers, beat these men, and take the mantle. You understand?
Yeah.
Because for me, look at this. Men tend to think they rule the world. But who leads? Women.
Yeah.
They lead the world, right?
Yeah.
Likewise, in education and any other sector. So I would want to see a world where women don't hold on to their or the patriarchal order, where a man has to come first. For example, in a church,
Yes.
that a man has to be a pastor for some woman to become a pastor.
Yes.
You understand? Or in a class, that a man has to be a class rep for a woman to be the vice.
Yeah.
No. I mean, if we say we are all equal, I don't see the difference. Your brain and my brains are the same. You understand?
Yeah.
What you can do, I can do. You know, when we say that what a man can do, a woman can do better, I don't believe in that. Because we are all the same. It's just that you have to do things twice much harder to prove to me that, hey, come on, guy, what you're doing, I can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's because of how the world is, I guess. Obviously,
It's the world.
Men have been in a higher position, so women have to you have to really prove.
You have to prove yourself.
That's-
And then
yeah.
again, women carry a lot of evolutionary pressure. Yeah. You know, the world is, okay, today we are talking of women empowerment.
Yes.
But remember, boy child, or from old times, they were empowered right from birth. Somebody doesn't have to take you to class and tell you, no, you have to be a boy. No. Your daddy
You
would
already
just,
know.
the things they do around would show you that you are a man. You understand? You realize that sometimes your daddy would send you for something in the house when your little sister or your
Yes.
big sister is just in the house. Remember, you are the youngest.
Yeah.
But because you're a man,
That shows you that
it shows you, right? Yeah, so
it's
to
true.
me,
It's actually a very nice, simple example, actually. That's how they usually say that children adopt more from what they see rather than what you tell them. Obviously.
Exactly.
And the actions in the house, like you're saying, sending off a boy to do outside tasks. Atajua mimi ndio naendanga nje, naenda na kunang'ang'ana with the outside
Yeah.
world, but the girl is the one that stays to take care of home. So the roles are already very clear when you're young.
exactly.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the roles of women and men. Obviously, from when we were children, we've even seen a little bit of change. Before any of us were born, there's a very big difference between women's roles back then and women's roles now, and similar with men. But there's like an overlap. Like when you look at city life, with some of the jobs that actually all of us do here, the job that I'm doing can be done by a woman or a man. A lot of the jobs that you guys do can be done by a woman or a man. Do you see, or actually, let me just ask this. What do you see as a woman's role in society today in 2021?
I think women out here, and I've been always saying this, that we have empowered women not only in bedrooms and all those kind of places.
Yeah.
We have empowered women even in boardrooms whereby you can sit and do things. Like the society today we are living in, a place where if you want to see excellency, by the way, let's give credit where it's due. Give a woman a chance to showcase what they have, and believe you they will deliver by excellence. What we are trying to say is, let's not have job description that this one is for women and
This one is for men.
So if given an equal chance to each and every one of them, because of being a human being, not just because of their agenda, let us not feel like we are giving these people a role just because they are women, just because they are a weaker gender, as the society puts it out here.
Yeah.
So it means that as a woman, if given an equal chance, they can do it even better, because we have been limiting them, and this one is also an attitude to women. They feel inferior because of just the society has made them feel so. But if you truly have a strong, can go out here and compete with men. You understand what I'm saying? So as a woman, you just have to be intentional in whatever you are doing. Give it the best you can, as always, and be sure the result will be out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there spaces that women are competing with men where they shouldn't be? Let's be honest, this is man
No.
talk. This is a safe space.
Yeah, if I may.
Yeah, please.
Okay, to me, that is one of the worst thing that I should ever say because, first of all, I'm a father and I have a young girl.
Right.
People around me are women. So our society is some kind of a society in which we believe that for a woman to be in that high position, they had to be involved in some kind of an ethical behavior.
Right.
I mean, that's not the case. You understand? Yeah, just as he says, if given the opportunity, there's no role that a woman cannot do. Today we have military women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And trust me, they go out there and protect their country, and they do it. To me, I always tend to support women so much because men tend to think with their brains.
Right.
That's according to my perception.
Okay.
For a woman, they use their heart.
Okay.
That is why you realize that where a woman leads, success and prosperity is everything you see. In everything they touch, in everything they think about, they use their heart. It's full of empathy, love, care, compassion, and that is what we need in the world. We need people who lead the world where it's supposed to be. Men understand the language of fights and war and rage and fury, right? It's not the case.
Yeah.
There is no role that a woman should not except being a father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that one, yeah.
But also, we have women who take up roles. Because
true.
sometimes, realize that the man in the house isn't manning up.
Yeah.
You have to step up and, come on, boy, if you don't want to do this, I can do it. So there is no role that a woman cannot do or should not do.
Yeah.
And that is what makes the competition so sweet.
I like that. Thank you so much for clearing that up. And I'm very happy for your daughter. She clearly has a great dad.
And I'm telling you, and her brothers too, they are young, but they behave like they are also fathers. They protect her so much. So
Oh,
it makes me
that's
feel
fantastic.
this girl is growing in the best hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I have a lot of brothers as well. They're very good to have around. They push you around when you're young, but you'll be
Yeah.
happy for it when you're
That's it.
older.
That's it.
You had something to add to that, Ian.
Just to add on what you said, he's talked about some mothers having to take be in place of the man where the man is not active enough. I mean, we have cases of families that they have no fathers probably, and the mothers have to take the father
That mantle.
mantle.
Yeah, it's
They have
true.
to do both. So
Yes.
there are many single women out there, single mothers, and they're doing a brilliant job. And I don't really believe there's a particular job or a particular sector whereby we should say this is meant for men. Women shouldn't be competing here. No, it is an open field.
Yeah.
They can do it so long as they're given. It's not even about giving them that opportunity.
Right.
Just let them do it.
Yeah. You can go and take it
There are
and
no
go.
doubts about will she be able to do it or not. They can do it. Trust me, they can do it.
I like that. And so far so good because we've been talking about business and careers and roles that women can play. But now when a woman and a man are in a relationship, that's when things now kuna kuanga na confusion. Hapo your lines, you don't know, the lines are blurred. There's a bit of confusion. So let's get into it when it's in relationships. Especially if you believe in the Christian faith, if you've been raised in the Christian faith, there is the teaching that the man is the leader and the head of the family. And therefore his role is to provide and to protect. And a lot of Kenyans, obviously, because we are majority a Christian nation, believe this. Now, in the setting of a man and a woman, right now in 2021, living in Kisumu, Mombasa, Nairobi, a metropolitan area, and they both have, let's say, corporate jobs or any of these jobs that we're saying a man can do or even a woman can do it. It's not gender related. Yes. Now, in the home, what happens? Because if a woman is a leader in the boardroom, a man is a leader in the boardroom, when they both come home, they're still leaders in their own boardrooms. Lakini wakiingia kwa nyumba sasa kunatakikana kwenda aje.
For me, what happens is in a relationship, number one thing is the chemistry and the compatibility.
Okay.
Before you approach this person, before you consider a relationship with this person, you ought to check how is the chemistry between the two of us, how is the compatibility. And you need, in a relationship, there are some things you have to compromise. Whereby, yes, you are the CEO out there, but the moment you are in the house, you are a father. The moment you are in the house, you are the husband. So
Right.
it reaches to that point whereby you draw the line between the corporate person out here and the person inside in the relationship.
Okay.
So the moment you are in the relationship, there are some things, and especially the men out here. Once you have a relationship with this lady, in every lady, believe me, they want the girl inside of them to manifest. So you must step up to ensure, as she is the CEO, you must be secure enough to let the girl in her manifest. And also for women in the other side,
Yeah,
you
same.
have to understand that in every man, there is a king who wants to rule and there is a boy who wants to play.
Okay.
So it depends the kind of relationship you are having with this person. Because at time you can come and try to talk to this man, you mistake that you are talking to the king and yet you are talking to the boy.
You think you're talking to the boy, but it's the
Exactly.
king that is there.
The king is there.
Okay.
So you have to distinguish all those kind of things. It reaches to a point even in a relationship as a man, because men, most of us, we tend to cave in, whereby we enjoy being alone. We enjoy being we just enjoy being ourselves. So it reaches to that point whereby this lady has to understand when this person is silent, because we meditate a lot. That is why men we are vision oriented, we are work oriented. A relationship does not matter to a man.
Because it's not goal oriented. It's about getting the woman. If it's about a goal. Once you accomplish getting her, there's no more progress there. There's progress to be made elsewhere in the world.
That is
why
I really am on fire. I mean, I beg to differ.
Oh, you have a different opinion.
But you see now, for a relationship, when a man approaches a lady for a relationship, that is the end of something. That's why I was saying it is a project like men, we are project oriented. But once a lady gets into a relationship, it's a beginning of something. So you have to have now the balance.
I understand that. Like, so courtship for men, that's the journey.
Yeah.
You're trying to get her, you're trying to establish a relationship. For you, the goal is to understand this woman and to get her to settle with you. For the woman, it's the opposite. It's once I say yes. Then now a relationship has started. Sasa tuanze kujuana. All right, you said you are burning. You are burning. What opinion is it that you...
When you speak about, for me, the difference between men and women in a relationship, men sometimes, most, not me, most, they tend to look at structural definitions. You understand? So this person falls not in love with the heart of this person, but in love with what he sees. You understand? On the other hand, the woman gives her heart and everything she owns inside, her inner power, to this relationship. Look at this. We might be both CEOs. I might be the president and the other person is my vice. That's possible. It's okay. But then, remember, in my own home, in my house, I have the capability and the responsibility of doing everything. You said Christianity, the Bible. It tells us, this woman is my helper. You understand? What is the meaning of a helper?
A helper, this is a person who comes like to support your vision, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. That means I am supposed to be the person doing everything in the house, washing dishes, running the house chaos, you understand? So when this person comes, she is supposed to be my helper, asking me, Daddy, is there anything I can do to help? You understand? To me, that is a relationship. Forget about these other things that we see around here.
Can we just go back to you just said, let's not miss this. In the house, obviously, like as you said, if the man is the leader or the head of the house and the woman is a helper, it's the man who's supposed to be in charge of all roles and decisions. So the man is the one who's supposed to be in charge of laundry, dishes, kujua nini watakula,
Ideally.
kama kuna padlock kwa mlango, nini, hizo vitu zote.
Yeah, because look at this. You're already a man.
Yeah.
You have nothing to prove. You're running around the house, bossing around, swelling around. I mean, what are you trying to prove? Your children know you as their daddy, right?
Yeah.
Your wife knows you, this is my hubby.
Yeah.
Don't prove anything. If you want to prove yourself to men, get out there and prove yourself to the world.
Other men,
you understand?
but leave your family
when you
alone.
go back home, remember, if the Bible is correct, right? When God created Adam, he said, I will give this person a helper to come and help. Meaning, what you're doing overwhelms you, so somebody else comes in to give you a hand in help. If my car breaks down and you find me, you won't just join me and begin doing things, right? You'd ask me, can I help you?
Yeah.
If I say yes,
Then
good.
you assist.
If I say I'm good, you go and take a rest.
True.
I long to see a world in which at least sometimes a woman can come back from work, sit down, take a remote, and just watch TV like we men do.
Yeah.
I mean, we are not obligated to doing so. It is because we are trying to be so egocentric about everything in life. Yeah.
Dude, I'm so tempted to just end this episode here. Like, I'm like, we're done, finished. Any last words from Ian? No, but I love that. And I think one major thing that you said that really hit home with me, because even I didn't think it that way, is there's no need to prove yourself in your own home.
Exactly.
In fact, that goes for women as well. In fact,
Yeah, it does.
You are a woman. You know you're a woman. You should know yourself.
There is
By the
nothing to
time
prove.
you should already know yourself. If you
Yeah.
already went to marry somebody.
I mean,
There
look
should
at
be
this.
Nothing to prove in the
Look
home.
at this, Susie. During this courtship and everything that people do, do you see how men behave? They are so good,
They're very
so
hardworking at
polite,
that time.
so humble. They can
Hey!
do anything, right? They can dress you. They can, yeah. Then what
You heard what he
changes?
said?
No, I didn't.
It's the campaign season.
That is why I saw someone saying why during the first 2 weeks somebody has a lot of money, but after some time.
It's Aisha. Well, guys, we're going to take a tiny short break. I'm going to come back with Ian, Reinhard, and Alan. And we're discussing the things that women and men compete. Okay? All those roles and definitions. Join us on the conversation on social media. Use the hashtag ManTalk and the hashtag KTN Life and Style. We're going to be right back, so don't move.